There's not an end in sight for the wildfires raging in Alberta, Canada. More emergency crews have arrived on the scene to battle the inferno, which has grown dramatically in the past 24 hours due to strong winds. RT's Alex Mihailovich is following the story in Toronto. Hey, Alex. So what's the latest news we're getting from northern Alberta?
Well, we're hearing that the fire has grown eightfold overnight. We were at 25,000 acres yesterday. Now we're at 210,000 acres destroyed by this fire. 1,600 homes gone yesterday in Fort McMurray, Alberta, and the fire did move into downtown, to sections of downtown. We also heard that it reached the airport, which is just south of the city. The fire now has changed direction. We had gusts of winds overnight at about 45 miles per hour, which has actually changed direction now, moving south. And we know that that highway going south from Fort McMurray to Edmonton, which is the biggest city near that area, it was full of people. Everybody's trying to escape. Some people headed north, actually. And now another mission is to get people out of the area that are in camps, camps that are usually used by oil sands workers. A lot of people escape to those areas. So we're hearing that there might be some airlifts happening later today to get a few thousand people out of there, as well as the fact that the containment is very difficult. We have 100 firefighters as well as planes and helicopters working hard to keep the fire contained, but it's not really working. Just the temperatures up there are high. They have dropped to from the 90 degrees Fahrenheit they were yesterday significantly today. So that is a little bit better. And at the same time, there's about 200 firefighters that are in Fort McMurray trying to keep the flames out of town. As we mentioned yesterday, some of these flames, there were walls of 40 feet. So you can just imagine how frightening that must have been for people that were there. And we actually have online Mr. Tany Yao. He's a member of the Legislative Assembly in Alberta. Tany, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you, Alex.
Tany, can you tell me exactly where you are right now and what you've witnessed?
We're just at the McDonald Island, which is a recreational complex, and it's been turned into the staging area for all the emergency services that have been coming from out of town.
Now, you yourself were working for emergency services in the past. Can you tell me how it's coordinating? How is it going? Are we seeing any progress happening right now?
There's a little bit of progress in regards to structural fires, but the wildlands fires continue to just burn out of control. The temperature is cooler today, but unfortunately the winds are higher, so it's a bit of give and take there.
Now, as I mentioned, you're a member of the Legislative Assembly in Alberta. From a political standpoint, are the moves that are being made the correct moves? You're a member of the Wild Rose Party. What are you guys saying? You're the opposition there.
You know what? We're just happy to be getting the support that we are from not only the province, but federally. The government of Canada has also expressed their desire to help and support. So everyone's saying all the right things.
Well, let's just hear a little bit of what you saw, though. You were in Fort McMurray. I don't think we can really understand outside of the city and outside of the area just what a tragedy this is and how dramatic it is. If you could just give us a little bit of a flavor of what happened there.
Well, for people who aren't aware, Fort McMurray is in the far north. And you just have to imagine any subdivision, any development that you would see, but they're in pockets of forest. Surrounded by all this tinder. So a lot of the houses that were destroyed were alongside these green belts and whatnot. So some entire neighborhoods got absolutely ravaged, like 90% of the homes in some of these areas. And but fortunately, a lot of the major infrastructure like the hospitals and the water treatment plant and other areas have been spared, but they've also been evacuated as well. So, everyone.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask, how have you been personally affected by this? Was your home in any danger, or is your family all right? Did you get everybody out of there?
All my friends, everyone has gotten out, and it's been just great that way. But I mean, talking to a lot of my friends, I used to work for this fire department here locally, and a lot of my friends here have lost their homes, but they continue to fight fires. A lot of them have been going for long hours, 20 hours, and they're getting a few hours rest and then going right back out there. Fortunately, there's been fire departments from across the province that have been sending up firefighters to assist.
Yeah, Tany, we hear that I think there's 100 firefighters that are on their way from Ontario, as well as a number of planes from Quebec. So I know that this is a national effort, and I just wish you all the best there, and keep safe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. As you just heard, there's a lot going on in Alberta right now. The whole country is actually behind this effort. We're seeing fighters coming from here, from Ontario, as well as from Quebec, and we're expecting some international teams as well if this keeps on raging. We know that there were a lot of, over 60 Mexican firefighters the last time there were wildfires in Alberta. So this is not the first time we've seen this, but it's definitely the largest wildfire in the history of Alberta and in Canada. So as we move forward, we just hope that the winds die down, the temperatures cool off, and I think everybody at this point is just praying for some rain.
All right, Alex. Well, thank you so much for the update. That was RT correspondent Alex Mihailovich.